Welcome back, everyone. Now let's get right to it with our first franchisor presentation, Twin Peaks. I would like to welcome CEO Joe Hummel. Joe, thank you for being here. We really are looking forward to your presentation today.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, and the type of guys who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
All right, well, let's go. Twin Peaks. Let's let that adventure begin now. Appreciate you guys having me today. It's pure joy to be able to talk to you about our brand and what's so exciting about our brand and our adventure. Let's let the adventure begin. Staying true to our brand pillars. We were very focused on the assets that we were able to give our guests. Our purpose is to set our teams up to win, and our mission is to create an adventure you can't live without. And it starts with our 29-degree draft beer. We focus on the process of being able to pour the coldest beer that you could ever find. We use a patented draft system that marries up with our frozen mugs, and it's served in a perfectly frosted 22-ounce mug. And having that 29-degree beer is the ultimate formula for some of our success when it comes to our elevated bar program. We have a rugged lodge. A guest should feel immediately transported in time back to a mountain lodge. It's rugged. It's rustic timber, stone. You're able to sit back and feel the ambiance, feel like it's a safe environment and something that you can just relax in and forget about the troubles outside of the doors. And the lodge gives you that ambiance. We have our iconic Twin Peaks girls. Friendly, attractive, first-class service, hospitality, always smiling and making sure our guests are getting everything they need from a food and beverage standpoint and understanding the ambiance of the lodge and how it is able to allow you to sit back and just feel relaxed. We have craveable, bold flavors within our scratch kitchen. It's a made from scratch menu. It's not what you would expect out of a sports bar. You're able to step into that lodge and have a 29-degree beer and have this craveable scratch food that you just weren't ready for when it came to a sports bar. And then as I talk about a sports bar, we try to deliver the best state-of-the-art sports bar viewing experience possible. We're putting in 65, 75, 90-inch TVs. We want to make sure our guests have 3 to 4 views of all their favorite sporting events. We want to make sure that we have every sporting activity that's possible to show. We want our guests to be able to feel like they can come and watch multiple games, multiple sports, whether it's their team from hometowns that they're traveling from, or just some passionate sports that they're used to watching, and we're able to give them all those different things at any given time. Let's continue our adventure. The little game on of our company, Snapshot. It's best-in-class service, best-in-class concept. We're able to attract a demographic of consumers across the country that feel comfortable coming into our lodge, eating our food, the elevated bar experience, and watching sports. And that's really important to us to be able to give that to, that wide demographic of people across the country. Our staff, our service, and our hospitality is second to none. And it really comes back to our training, our learning management system that we have, digital, always pushing out to our teams, new items, new training, new updates. And it allows our staff to give that service-focused hospitality, and it allows our guests to walk away with a memorable experience. So that's one of our key concepts to our highlights of our brand. As I mentioned earlier, the Scratch Kitchen, the elevated bar program, the 29-degree beer, really just gives you more than you're ready for when you come into our sports bar. You're having those craveable, bold flavors. We feel like with the Scratch Kitchen, it's always innovation. It makes clear the brand mission is to be better in every possible way. Leading from the front, open-minded, open-thinking approach to our food and our bar, our lodges. We like to take the road that's less traveled, so we'll call it. We like others to follow us. We're always hunting down and implementing the next big idea, and and that's our goal, is to be able to deliver it before instead of after. And that's kind of the innovation part of our kitchen and our bar and our beverage program. And when we try to elevate that, we want people to come in and be able to have a wide variety of selections, a barbell pricing strategy. So you can go anywhere from an affordable domestic beer to a high-end elevated tequila or whiskey to a cheeseburger all the way to a ribeye. And we want to make sure we have that barbell approach with our offerings, with our pricing, and that's kind of a part of our process with innovation. We're always evolving, taking time to consistently calibrate our teams, fine-tune and make adjustments, make sure that we're continuing to improve, keeping things relevant, trying to widen that lead that we have. That's part of our ability to remain lean, and regardless the size of the business, we want to have that keen sense of anticipating trends and reading the signs and delivering them to our guests. And then, we have that relaxed, authentic lodge, stone, rustic, timber, polished building that we're able to put out. Our design team is constantly fine-tuning and giving that a curb appeal that will drive people in as they drive by our buildings and feel like that compelling reason to come in based off the curb appeal and the polished environment look. And that gives us 80 stores in our category and still growing. And the white space we'll talk about here in a little bit, and the pipeline that we have for the amount of lodges that are coming out in this year and moving forward into 2025 through 2020 or through 2022 and then into 2025, we build that pipeline out quite nicely. Let's touch on some of our history. In 2005, we started this brand. Randy DeWitt was our founder. He opened his first lodge in Louisville, Texas, and I'm proud to say that lodge is still with us today. It's a cornerstone of that neighborhood. We have a fan base from back in 2005 that's still joining us every day. And we moved on into 2010. Restaurant News named us one of the top hot concepts and growing. It was a pretty proud moment. In 2010, we were starting to feel how to scale this thing. We were understanding our brand, understanding the DNA, fine-tuning it. And we were making sure that we were able to scale. And that's when you started seeing us start scaling out in 2010. 2014, Bloomberg dubbed us America's fastest growing restaurant chain. Real proud honor as we opened up one of our stores in Irving, Texas. That was accompanied by our Twin Peaks Brewing Company. 2015, FSR had us in their 50 top 10 fastest growing, high performing chains. Real big honor for us to be a part of that group. One of our biggest honors was in 2018. We partnered with Folds of Honor, military charity. In 2018, we were able to give a little over $400,000 back to the community, back to the military families. And to date, we're touching $900,000. So really big honor for us to be able to partner with communities and charities and be a part of their fabric. They're part of our community. We want to make sure that we're able to help them. We help each other. And that was a big moment for us in 2018, and we continue to carry that torch with us. In 2020, we all know was a challenging year, but we were fortunate enough to get some awards on Best Sports Bars to Franchise, Top Place to Work in DFW. Really exciting honor for us. And part of that is, we had a tough time in 20, as everybody did, but we really tried to focus on our brand. We focused on our employees. And as a result, we were able to focus on our guests. And when we were able to come back and start opening our restaurants up, we saw it raving fans coming out and just excited to be able to get back into our lodges. And we use Malcolm Knapp and Knapp Track, and for the last 33 months, and still trending, we've been in the top 10. A real good honor to be a part of our peers and to rank as high as we have consistently for the last 33 months. It's a big honor for us to be a part of that. A little bit on our footprint. We talked about our growth and our pipeline and the white space that's out there. We're currently sitting in 25 states, 80 restaurants. We're opening 13 to 15 new lodges this year, filling our pipeline out through 2025, as I mentioned earlier. We anticipate ourselves opening anywhere from 15 to 20 new lodges every year. As I said, 25 states currently in, but we have about 27 DMAs available in the domestic markets. We're adding 6 new DMAs this year as we continue to grow out our lodges. We have 25 plus countries showing a lot of interest in wanting to bring a slice of America over to their country. And Twin Peaks is that slice they're wanting to have. We're well positioned in that sports-driven entertainment space. Our AUVs, annual unit volumes, 88% higher than Hooters, 45% higher than Buffalo Wild Wings, on the same average checks, same restaurant sizes. So it just shows you the amount of guests that are coming in, the amount of traffic that we're pulling on a 7-day-a-week basis, all ranges from lunch to dinner to late night. So we have significant opportunity to take market share from some brands that are a little older that maybe haven't been concentrated on innovation and evolution, and that's where we are. We're constantly concentrating on that. And, we work with our partners at Black Box Intelligence and their brand. Our brand is in consumer scoring is outperforming the benchmark of our peers by 25%. And I think that will add to being able to take the market share from existing brands out there, and we're able to take some of that real estate that might be tired and ready to move on to another brand, and we'll talk about some of that second generation abilities there. Our financial performance, our AUVs, annual unit volumes, range anywhere from 4.6 million to 8.5 million. EBITDA after royalties, anywhere from 16 to 27%. So strong financial performance. And that's one of the desires our current partners have when it comes to growing, is they see the ability for this brand to produce for them. And that's really exciting as far as that white space and the real estate that's become available in this year. So we're excited about the pipeline and the growth. And that's, one of the reasons we'll be able to easily open 15 to 20 stores every year. We have a great leadership team. Our leadership team, vast experience in the casual dining world. Everybody ranging from 15 to 25 years of experience, from concepts under the Brinker umbrella, Hooters umbrella, Landry's, Fogo de Chao, Luby's, Pappas Steakhouses. So we have a wide variety of people within our leadership team that have been in other aspects of casual dining. They've been in this segment of dining with sports bars. And so we're able to partner those things together. And myself working as a franchisor in my previous brands, I was a franchisee of Twin Peaks, and now I'm as the franchisor. It gives me both sides of the fence to be able to view everybody's needs, and I think it probably allows us to be a little more open-minded to our partners. Let's see. We talked about conversions, and that's one of the things our brand is able to do for our partners. And we're able to take that rugged lodge look, as you can see in this slide here. There we go. This slide here is a conversion in 2014. It was an old TGI Fridays in Knoxville, Tennessee. And the nice thing about our brand and our lodge and our appearance of the restaurant itself, it's able to adapt to many different sizes, structures, ground up, conversions. We all know that there's a lot of real estate out there that's available or becoming available, and going into 21, 22, and 23, we're able to strip down the old brand, as you can see in this Knoxville location, and give it its own look of an identity of a Twin Peaks in the lodge. And as we talked about the stones and the timbers, you can see that in there. And once again, we're able to brighten up the community. And you see with the street curb appeal, as you're driving by it post conversion, and it really lights up the marketplace in the city, or that street corner that it sits on. So once again, conversions, it allows for some good economic opportunities when it comes to using some of the structures that are out there and utilizing the bones of the building and just reskinning it and putting our own look on it and designing it out with a patio and fire pits and lighting and stone and the rustic wood. Another location we converted in 2019 to Johnny Carino's. It's down in San Marcos, Texas. We're able to utilize some of the existing structure and stonework. We're able to take parts of their design and incorporate them into our DNA. But then once again, we're able to give it our identity and make sure that when you pull in, you don't remember what it was, but you see what it is. And it gives that dynamic urban feel again. But our constant evolution, and as we talked about the Twin Peaks and the Twin Peaks of the future, we want to make sure we're always fine-tuning the look. We want to make sure we have several different looks. It keeps the interest level of our guests having different designs, different looks. They all still have the rustic approach. They all still have the stones and the beautiful lighting and outdoor elements and fire pits, but they all have their own look. So every neighborhood has its own Twin Peaks Lodge, and it feels just a little bit different, but it still has that same DNA. And as you can see, as we continue to fine tune, and we talked about evolution, it's the consistent calibration and fine tuning of every aspect of our business, whether it's the design side of it, the food side of it, the beverage side, or service or management, and what have you. So I think as you see this picture here with Twin Peaks of the future, we'll continue to pull elements out of this and work with it on existing structures or ground up structures. And it just keeps giving it a new look, and it keeps the excitement really energized from our fan base. Our fan base is consistent users of multiple stores, so they like to see the different looks and shapes and sizes. It really gives them a new experience every time they're in one of the Twin Peaks. With some of the brands, you can get I guess you want to call it a cookie cutter prototype, and we try to avoid that within our brand. That way it keeps it really fresh. Excuse me. All right. When we were coming out of this past year of 2020, that all of us experienced the craziness that we weren't ready for. We wanted to figure out how to partner with our franchisees. We knew that our brand would survive. We saw it coming out in the summer when the country was opening back up. And we knew our partners, our franchise partners, along with ourselves, wanted to build lodges. We knew there'd be opportunities out there with a lot of existing buildings or existing parcels of land. And we were trying to figure out, how do we partner with our teams? And, we rolled out a franchise incentive program, 12 months free royalties. That was our way and our commitment to, what our partners came through with COVID, and how do we attack and incentivize our teams to go after some of this available real estate that might become available. We came back better than ever. We went from parking lots to patios to now we're 100% capacity in some markets. Some markets are still in different ranges of capacity. But we felt that really, the big important part of us was how do we partner with our franchise partners? And we thought this was the best way to do it. Let's put our money where our mouth is. Let's get these guys incentivized and let's get aggressive. Let's attack this real estate and give them free royalties for 12 months. Free royalties can range anywhere from $300,000, $400,000 of free cash flow for those for the franchisees, and the business model that it wasn't anticipating for those first 12 months. So it's a real shot in the arm for them. And as a part of that, as I mentioned earlier, we'll be in 6 more DMAs to take it from 25 to 31 different DMAs. We're adding 2 stores in Dallas, a store in Fargo, North Dakota, Fort Lauderdale, Columbus, Georgia, Kansas City, Hollywood, Florida has opened up, Tempe, Arizona opened up, Florence, Kentucky just opened up, 2 more in Mexico City and Myrtle Beach. And that's just for this year. The pipeline continues to grow. Our franchise partners and new franchise prospects see this program, this incentive program, and they want to get in on the program and propel their lodge growth within their markets. It's been really successful. It's something we'll continue to review year over year. If we can continue to partner with franchisees and get them aggressive and growing, especially during times when we were coming out in COVID and people were wondering, do you want to continue to build a casual dining restaurant? We emphatically answered, yes, we do. And we want to get a hold of that, some of that real estate that's available to us. And that's kind of why we came up with this program. We think it could be successful in years to come too. It's aggressive, and we want to be aggressive because we want to be able to get a hold of that development agreement. Let's see. A few testimonials from our partners. Let me try. There we go. Carolyn up there. She's one of our Phoenix partners, former Buffalo Wild Wings franchisee. She just opened up a store in Tempe, Arizona. Her last 2 stores were trending anywhere from 6.8 to 7.2 million. So that's pretty exciting to have her and her success and her team out in the Phoenix market, and they continue to look for the 5th and 6th store. Paul Corey, an entrepreneur of his own right, has multiple brands of his own development. He's a Kansas City Wichita franchisee. He's a current Red Robin's franchisee also. And he's in lease negotiations in North Kansas City for another unit. And, we just visited with him a couple weeks ago, one of our great partners. And then you have Victor out of Michigan. He's a legendary. His family's legendary in the franchise business and the restaurant business in the Michigan market. And Victor is just signing his lease on a Fridays in Auburn Hills. So he's pretty excited about that. And he's going to continue to grow Michigan out. And as I said, he's an existing Red Robin franchisee, and he's looking for opportunities to continue to expand that Twin Peaks brand. So great partners. We love our franchise partners. Everybody's a part of that Buffalo Plaid family. And having people like these 3 just give testimonials on how much they enjoy working with the brand. We're all in it together, and that's kind of that process of that royalty program we're able to offer out. Let's see. I see some chats. Let's see. Ten minutes left in my programming. Let's see. It's the question out there: what makes a good conversion prospective building? We're looking at anywhere from 6,000 to 12,000 square feet. We're pretty flexible. We're able to do a lot of different things within our brand. So you have that wide range of square footage that we're able to utilize. And a lot of our elements of our brand allow us to eat some of that space up and really create an ambiance and experience that's memorable for our guest. So if you look at anywhere from 6,000 to 12,000, we're able to put patios. We're able to put that indoor-outdoor effect in. A lot of fire pits, soft seating, high tops. We try to put our buildings with, as I said, 60, 70 different TVs. 12, 13 satellites to make sure that we're able to get all the sporting events needed. So that's really kind of what makes a good conversion. We want to look at the real estate first. We'll make sure it's the right street address, and then we'll attack the building. And we've attacked anything from a TGI Fridays, a Macaroni Grill, a Johnny Carino's, a real estate 2-story real estate building in Atlanta. So a lot of different things we're able to make into a Twin Peaks. And as we alluded to earlier, it gives our brand a specialness for each location, and it allows our guests to have exciting experiences that are different from lodge to lodge, and that really keeps them. Once again, the brand's the same with the DNA aspect of it and being craveable and bold and comfortable and rugged. And we're constantly innovating and have an evolution, but they have a different experience because there's just different nooks and crannies and nuances of each different building. Second generations are pretty exciting, and as we saw earlier, they can take maybe a not so pretty building, and we can make it a special lodge from the curb. Conversions, in a conversion, it's anywhere from time you start construction, anywhere from 90 to 120 days, because you're able to utilize a lot of the structure and parking lots and roof lines and things like that a ground up would cause more time. But we have plenty of ground ups out there too. There's probably 15% of our builds are ground up. The rest of them are conversions. So we're able to do anything when it comes to that. Let's see if there's another question out there. Let's see anything else. Let's click over here. I brought 2 team members to add it to our existing leadership team. Glenn Moon, he's our executive franchise development for domestic. Glenn comes to us from the Choice Wyndham Hotel franchise side. Very skilled in deal structure and understanding development sites and adding restaurants to development sites is a nice facet of his business he's able to bring to us from the hotel side of it. And then John Briscoe, he comes to us with a long history of international development. He's opened several brands, whether it's TGI Fridays, Ruby Tuesdays, Tony Roma's. He's been in 75 different countries, multiple hundreds and hundreds of casual dining American brands internationally. So we bring John to our team to help continue to fill our white space. Pretty excited to have these 2 executives join us with some of their backgrounds and seasoned backgrounds in deal structure deals. So very excited. Please contact us. We have a great brand to offer, a lot of white space out there, high density population states that are available, and we're ready to build another lodge. Thank you. That's the big thank you for all of you for taking the time and listening to me this morning and talk about our brand. We're excited about our brand, and our brand is excited about having possibly some new partners join us. Our pipeline's pretty full with existing franchisees, and we're ready to add new franchise partners to it. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great rest of your morning.
Thank you very much, Joe. We really appreciate you being with us today. Stay tuned, everyone. Our next presentation will be starting at 10:45 Central Time.